I think oftentimes we like to vilify a whole group, but it's really, really important to remember that it's always the person within the group. It's never a whole group, it's never a whole system. Just like you can use a system for good, you can use it for bad, and vice versa. So there's a lot of discourse that I've been seeing on TikTok talking about masons, and you can have a good mason and you can have a bad mason. It just matters, are they righteous in heart? You can have someone that's within a system that's honestly trying to do good by it, trying to understand it so that they can bring more light, bring more love into the world. And in that same system, you can have someone that only wants to bring darkness, that only wants to bring hate, that only wants to bring fear. It just depends on the person. The same is true for everything. And honestly, ultimately, even in those groups that are working, right, in darkness, majority in darkness, they're still working for the light. They're still working for the monad by the guise of being the darkness. Because when you have that duality, when you see dark and light, when you see the quote unquote good and the quote unquote bad, people doing evil things, right? Forcing their will onto other people, taking the free will away from others, whatever it is, any of these malicious acts that we view to be bad, it gives us the ability to see it and then consciously choose something else. It's all a perspective thing. And you have to just understand that if you're pure of heart, then nothing can fully take you away from that. As long as you continue to know yourself and as long as you continue to act in integrity with the self that you've come to know, you're good. So to fear these certain groups, it's a very, very common thing, but ultimately it does more harm than good because they're still working for the one. They're still working for the source, even in their quote unquote opposition, right? In the ways that they turn away from the light, they're allowing you to see what that does, how that feels, so that you can move towards the light. Without that duality, without that polarity, we wouldn't be able to make that choice with such certainty. Someone just like you, righteous in heart, similar in many different ways of thinking, right? Could have been born into a situation that they're still trying to get out of, and that is a part of their transmutation. That is a part of their generational trauma that they've been called to transmute in this lifetime, ultimately because their soul knew that they would be able to do it. The point I'm trying to make is everybody just has to understand themselves. We have to understand that everybody is an individual, but we're all united under the same thing. And under this same thing, there's always going to be that trend of the light overcoming the dark. Love always being the uniting force within all of this. No system is inherently good or bad. It's just the operator. It's the person that's operating within that system that gets to determine if they're operating in love or not. It always comes back to love. Love is the single unifying truth. And I think if I haven't, exclaimed that enough on this page, I'm going to do it and continue to force it in because throughout religions, throughout many different ancient teachings and contexts, it always comes back to love.